Hey everybody, my name is Matt, and this is going to be my first Cold Waters video, gameplay video, and because of that I don't have any sort of fancy intro or anything like that. We'll just pretty much get right into it. I just want to show you the options I'll be using first so you can be aware of the difficulty and all the other options that I have. I will leave hide solution contacts and low solution contacts in 3D. I'll leave that unchecked for now just so it's a little bit easier to watch, but I'll do my very best not to get any information from the contacts as they appear on the screen. You'll see I mostly use the TMA screen to prosecute most of the contacts anyway, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. And anyway, so we'll just leave that unchecked for now, but it's on elite difficulty, and turn off the event camera, so we'll do that, and we'll get a new campaign started. I'll pick a 1984 campaign. Yeah, that's fine. This is my 5th campaign, so I'll call it 5. And of course, we'll take the Los Angeles class, because why wouldn't you? And we get City of Corpus Christi, SSN 705, which is actually the sub I was using when the first time I beat this game the whole way through, so that's nice. We'll accept that. And then of course have to sit through the intro, so we'll just, I'm sure that you guys have seen this stuff before, so I'll just kind of quickly work my way through all that. Danger, and now we're going to war. Alright, so the first mission is a tender mission, and so we'll accept that. And rearm and repair, I'll quickly, I'm going to get rid of one of these bosses. Actually, I'll get rid of both of them, and I'll load Mark 48s instead, because I don't really find that bosses are that useful to me. So it's in the Norwegian Sea. They're leaving for Murmansk. Okay. So we'll get out here and hopefully be able to catch this guy. Shouldn't be a problem. I have to change a couple torpedoes and stuff, so. Just kind of wait. That you? I think that's him. Let's move up there at about 10 knots or so. Oh. There we go. That should get him. So bearing 125 and my heading is 166. He'll be off to my left by about 40 degrees. Close to 15,000 yards. Properly, yep, so we'll just do that. Rig for silent running right away. We got Sierra 1 and Sierra 2 here. Sierra 1's probably a warship at this point. Yeah, it looks like a cannon maybe? Like a cannon, whatever. Or it could be a Krevac. Yeah, it's a Krevac. And this is going to be the replenishment tanker. Looking at Kazbek. So how are we feeling about the Krevac at this point? 42%. Not too bad already, honestly. And I'm at 50 feet, so I'm already at periscope depth. I might as well take a look. He's looking off on bearing 127. Oh. Somebody closer. Where are you? 126. 126. He's got to be around here somewhere. There he is. Hello. Actually, we're gonna probably want to deal with this guy ASA. Oh, that wasn't even him. Okay. set this torpedo to run close to the surface, and we're gonna shoot this guy right now. Now, that must mean that the Krevac was in front of the other guy, because I didn't see him. So while this weapon is doing his thing, we are gonna take a look down that bearing again. We're looking at 128, so yeah, there's two of them there. There are two of them there. Alright. And he's pinging me already. E3, what are you? That's probably like a Grisha? Like a Grisha, probably. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, it's a Grisha. Alright, well, we are gonna fire another. We're gonna fire another weapon now, pretty much down the same line of bearing. It might even be that weapon 1 is gonna be the one that takes out the Grisha. I'm not even gonna worry about torpedo evasion or anything at this point. They're out too far. You know what? I'm going to take weapon 1, and we are going to get it going at the Krevac right now. This is why keeping the wires is very important, so that you can do things like this even after you've fired. It gives you a lot more in the way of flexibility. There we go. The weapon has acquired the Krevac. So at this point, it's all over with crying for him. I think it's probably the other weapon. Yeah, there it is. So we'll watch. We still have control over this, and I've got a good solution on him, so there's no reason why I can't steer this weapon manually. Except for, of course, having the right one selected. So, even though the weapon has him, I also like to help him out a little bit, you know. But he's going to take this right in the mouth. Or no, right in the side, sorry. He should be taking that right in the side. It looks like Torpedo 2 has acquired him as well, so we'll have to worry about that here in a second. But this guy is toast. We'll reload that too, and we'll get on weapon number 2 and see if we can't aim it at the Grisha now, which is what I always kind of had in mind anyway. And so you just have to keep fighting it, because it's going to want to keep seeing that Krevac corpse right now. But, alright, see, now it's alright. How's this Kazbek? We probably got a 95% solution on him, don't we? I think I can hit him. We'll leave this. Usually they go in a straight line, so we'll just take a nice straight shot at this guy. And even if the wire breaks, I should still be fine. So we'll get on weapon 2 again. I think weapon 3 will catch that Kazbek, no problem. 14 knots, the closing speed is going to be quite fast. Alright, so weapon 2 should be acquiring this Grisha soon. I'm not even sure if he knows there's a weapon coming at him. Let's let him know. Switch to active. What do you think of that, Grisha? What do you think of that? Huh? You better man those lifeboats, buddy. So as far as my own experience in this game, Started playing it at about patch 1.02, I think. You know, watched a few people. I like to watch Jingles play it, Jive Turkey, all those guys. So I enjoy that. I just thought I would add my own gameplay to the mix, so that we can, so that maybe, you know, you guys can appreciate that. Have another source of Cold Water's content, because I get the feeling that there's a lot of interest in the game. So I'm gonna add my own gameplay to it as much as possible. I'm hoping to get through this whole campaign and show you guys a little bit of what I can do as far as that goes. I've been through a number of campaigns, elite difficulty. Hoping at some point here in the not too distant future I can show you guys my torpedo beats, but I guess I can't really figure out exactly when that's going to be. We'll just have to see. So I'm expecting a noisemaker from this dude at some point here soon. So, or a knuckle, either way. And so I'm just gonna keep this thing going. I'll avoid it going into countermeasure homing, and I'll just who's gonna go right? Yeah. Go. See you later, Grisha. So now we've got this weapon here. Weapon number 3. I'm going to reload that too. Might as well. I'm at 50 feet. It's not moving in any way, shape, or form, so I will speed up time. I don't have to worry about hitting the bottom or anything like that, so I will speed up time. See if we can get this torpedo to hit. Let's see, I won't touch it. I'm not going to touch it. I just want to see if it, we've got 4.5 minutes. Oh yeah, I should have plenty of, and it's locked on already. And so we'll switch to the torpedo view. And this guy, well, nothing he can do. He doesn't have any countermeasures or anything, so it's just gonna take him down. So that was a nice easy mission to start with. No vessels nearby, no weapons, no aircraft, no flooding, so let's get out of here and see what the Admiral has to say. Well, Admiral looks happy, so I'm happy, and that's all I got to say about that. Move on to the next mission after this little interlude. So we got Spetznaz Commando mission, vicinity of Oslo. So, in other words, I'm just going to have to sink either a whiskey or a tango probably, and that's about it. So, shouldn't be a whole lot to threaten me here. Oslo. All the way down there, eh? Looks like I'm going to be hunting this guy in, well, no, maybe not. Down here though. Oh, right, that's probably him right there. Wow, look at all those targets. I wish I had either a T-land mission or an insertion mission right now where I could totally ignore that mission and just go after those guys, but can't do that right now. Yeah, this is definitely the guy. Just move in a little bit more here so he can't sneak by me. You got caught, son. Bearing one, I'm heading 6-9, and his is 114, so he'll be off to my right by 30-ish degrees or so. And yeah, they're all loaded close to, I'm looking close to about 15,000 yards. Maybe I could do 10, but 15 is good. So, yep, I'll go in there. We've already got the contact. Oh, we got 2 contacts, so this guy here definitely has an escort. Probably, in my experience, usually a Victor 1. I'm expecting a Victor 1. 3, Victor, no, was it a Victor, November? No. So this is a whiskey. And that That is a Victor. Could be a Victor 3. Maybe. Definitely the most dangerous contact I have at this point is that Victor 3. And to be quite honest, staying on this, well, I'll come right to course east, but I'm not gonna do much more than that right now. Well, actually, he's below the layer, so I will come down. Don't have a whole lot of water to work with, that's for sure. I just want to come to course east so that I can maybe get a little bit better reception on this guy with my towed array. We're going to come down to a little bit under the layer. That should give me a better... Yeah, that'll give me a better some better information on both of these guys once I get under the layer, because they're both there. So I'll probably stop about 50 feet below the layer. In other words, well, maybe more like 100. So I'll just pass the layer now, so I'll start to slow down my descent. Feeling about this Victor 3, not as good as the Whiskey, which is our main target anyway. So I'm just going to give it a little bit here to see if I can... didn't go down as deep as I thought. Okay, well, I'll keep going a little bit more. I want to get down to about 300 feet. Yeah, that should do. Victor 3, how are we feeling? 42%. So yeah, these are firming up. These are firming up. And I think what I'll do... I'm going to shoot at the Whiskey over my shoulder. I'm going to turn towards the Victor 3 because he's definitely the target that I'm the most worried about. Be quite honest, I'm almost ready to shoot at him anyway. So I think I will turn to the Victor 3. So come right to course 118. My solution is getting a little bit worse, but I'm not too worried about that. To tell you the truth, I know he's got to be on this bearing somewhere, and he's probably that far, or maybe even a little bit closer. So I'm just gonna turn to that bearing. So I'm almost at right now. So that way I can keep the wire on this torpedo. I'll get a fish in the water at him right now. About 3,000 yards is good, I think, for looking at 116. So I'll keep it at 116 here. Oh, right there. And you, my friend, are getting one right here. And if the wire stays, then great. If not, I'm not too worried about it because there's no way Whiskey's outrunning this torpedo. So, get some better information on this guy right now. I can actually zoom in just a little bit more. Yeah, I want to keep the wire for 2-1 for sure. 2-2, I'm not as worried about it. And I might actually he's got him already. He's closer. I think he's closer than he seemed. He's closer than he seemed, so alright. I'm going to switch to tube 1 because that's the important one. See, I launched that tube 2 at 90 degrees to my course, and I still have the wire, so it's more... Doesn't mean if you're going to launch it at this angle that you're going to lose it for sure. You're probably going to lose it if you're maneuvering quite a bit or moving quickly, but otherwise, you'll probably be okay. Now, Victor 3. Nah, I think he served the torpedo now. Yeah, we got a noisemaker on the bearing of the whiskey, which means he's around where that noisemaker is. You don't usually just hear noisemakers for the heck of it, like this weapon has acquired somebody. So let's see. Yeah, this guy's toast. He's about to get T-boned. Well, not quite, but close. So later, whiskey. And Victor 3. What do you gotta say? Well, he's still... So, I'm gonna start steering this torpedo. Oh, it's got him, so he's closer than he appears as well. I'd imagine he's somewhere around this line here, I think. Well, let's switch to the weapon. It's not a Victor 3, it's a Victor 2. I know, I should know that, but whatever. Definitely a Victor 2. And this guy, well, in my experience, Victor 2 drivers are fairly skilled at torpedo evasion. I've had them do some pretty fancy schmancy maneuvers before, but I don't see this guy getting out of it. He hasn't even launched a countermeasure or anything. Let's turn a little bit sharper. Well, that's it for the Victor 2. I think that's it for this mission, to tell you the truth. I think we're good. I think we'll reload that tube. I might as well reload that tube. I'm not moving or anything really, so I can speed up time here to make sure. 'Cause yeah, you always, if you are making any sort of maneuver whatsoever, you might as well finish that maneuver before you speed up time, because otherwise you're going to end up overshooting or hit the bottom. It's happened to me a few times. You know, you're descending and you forget and you put yourself in, you know, speed up time and you end up on the bottom, and it's kind of embarrassing. So those are loaded, and I think we're going to call that a mission. Yep. That was it. So I think I'll do one more mission, then I'll call this video good for now. Admiral seems to be happy. And we get a medal, Bronze Star. And we made the paper. It's good. Cruise missile submarines, having conducted successful operations against NATO convoys in the North Atlantic, will now attempt to transit the GI-UK gap in return. So, okay, we got plenty of torpedoes. Hopefully it's an Oscar. I hope it's an Oscar. Okay, so I'm going to put myself here. So that way I can react accordingly. Even if he comes from up here, I can still get him. So we're just going to sit and wait. These guys have already launched their attack, so they'll be coming back this way. Is that them? Maybe this guy. No! It was him down there. Alright, this is something you can do if you want to avoid... Well, I think I can still do it. And this might actually give you a chance to see the torpedo beads I was talking about, so... Alright, our weapons are all good. Rig for silent running. We want the planes off. And we're in deep water, so we don't have to worry about that too much. And we're just gonna be quiet here for a little bit. Honestly, those vessels nearby, so... And the noise isn't that bad, so I should be able to pick them up. There he is. What do we have here? Still kind of weak, but I think it's, yeah, it's a Romeo. Well, this Romeo picked the wrong part of the ocean to be in right now. This is not really fair, but you're here and you're in my way, so sorry, dude. Sorry about your luck. So we're going to turn to course 307. I'm quite confident that he's going to be either at sonar's depth or sonar's distance or probably closer at this point, so I'm just going to turn to his bearing. I'm going to speed up here a little bit to come around a little bit faster. Speed up to 2/3. I want to get this weapon going soon. Almost there. Yeah, there we go. So I'll come back to 5 knots now. There's no need to be going any faster than that. And I'll give it about 2,000 yards. How about that? We'll give it about 2,000 yards. And it's bearing 312, so... Oh. 312, 312, there we go. So we'll get this weapon. He'll probably ping me right now. No. But he is cavitating, so he's probably heard us. Well, he heard the weapon anyway. Oh, we have him already, so he's closer than that. So yeah, it's a good thing. You know, that's my usually rule of thumb. Like some people say, like, you know, set the activation point of the torpedo like halfway. Like, no, not unless you're trying some sort of shot where you need to get by some sort of obstacle like a sinking ship or what have you. Like, a couple of 1,000 yards at most is where I would activate my torpedoes, because more often than not sonar ends up firming up a solution for them that's way closer than you think, and if you activate it too far away, you're gonna miss them. So activate it sooner rather than later, and shoot it and shoot the torpedo in such a way that you're going to be able to keep the wire more often than not, so that way you can you know, adjust if you have to. Cavitating like a madman. Alright, that should be about it for that Romeo, and there's nobody around, so let's get the heck out of here. The Admiral appreciates it, but we're gonna get away from this dude. And we're gonna go for this dude. Where are you? Shit, is that him? You sneaky so-and-so. Oh my god, look at him go. You're mine, sucker. Look at him go. Does not want to get caught. Look at this guy. I'm not even sure if that was the guy or not. Alright, this could end up being a longer episode than I thought. Rig ship for ultra quiet. Okay. I don't think this is the guy. I think I messed up. Oh yeah. For whatever reason, I find that on a lot of times it starts with my planes at 5 degrees, and I have to make sure that I catch that, especially if I start at periscope depth. Otherwise, yeah, otherwise you end up on the surface pretty quick. Actually, yeah, right there are vessels nearby, so. Sierra 1, what do we got? submarine. And he's close. Not a Delta 4, but it looks a lot like a Delta 4. Maybe these are the guys. Maybe I did catch the right one. Okay. What are you thinking, Vic? That could be an Oscar. That looks Oscarish. I mean, look at that. That looks pretty Oscarish to me. Alright. Well, I'm going to turn left, course 8-1. And I'm probably going to shoot on this guy. I'm not going to waste any time. Although, we do have a new contact, so who else we got here? Sierra 2. That's his... That's an Alpha. That's an Alpha if I've ever seen one. Okay. So Oscar, 17,000 yards. I bet you he's closer than that. And he's gonna need 2 weapons. You know what? I'm going for it now. About... Like, it doesn't have to be 2,000 yards, just like maybe like a quarter of the way there is a good rule of thumb. So we're just going to watch these weapons. I don't usually, if this Alpha was closer, and I mean, he might end up popping in there closer, but if he was closer right now, I'd probably shoot at him first, but he's not. Unless I want him to be close, a little bit closer anyway, if I'm going to shoot at an Alpha, because they're fast, and if they hear the torpedo coming, there's a pretty good chance, if they're that far away, they'll be able to run it, so you're better off. You're better off. Well, I think this is actually an Oscar, so this could be my actual mission here, which would be great. So let us see. So I see torpedo 1 and 2 are not quite on the same path here. Oh, there's somebody else out here. There's somebody else out here. Snapshot. Oh, and I lost the wire right away. Well, that happens. Sometimes no rhyme or reason. You're just dealing with... It's not a Sierra. Could be a Victor 3. Well... Hopefully this... And these 2 weapons I've acquired already. So this Oscar, he's closer than he appears. I'm not going to torpedo evasion. I'm not doing anything like that right now because... Oh, somehow my rudder was on there. I'm not doing any of that. Not until I'm quite sure there's... Yeah, we got a noisemaker, so let's switch to the torpedoes now. Yeah, it looks like an Oscar. It looks like an Oscar to me. Look at that fat ass. Oscar. And this one. So this actually was the mission. Sweet. See ya, Victor. See ya, Oscar, I mean. Now, what about this Victor? What about this Victor? Reload to 1 and 3. It says he's here, but I don't think he is. Yeah. I mean, I can't do anything about this torpedo, so I don't have a hard time switching to it to see what it's seeing, and I see I'm right. So he's still ahead. here in the distance. I don't have to worry about it. This torpedo should acquire. Now, what about the Alpha? The Alpha, we got a pretty good solution on. He happens to be in a pretty good position for my towed array. So, yeah, I'm getting a pretty good reading on the Alpha. And he's at 21,000 yards and closing. Looks like, well, not closing exactly. He's kind of, you know, he's heading west. But, yeah, I'm going to let him for right now. Actually, you know what? Belay that order. We're going to turn towards the Alpha because I don't have any control over this active torpedo anyway, so hell with it. I expect to see some noisemakers here soon. Victor 3, he didn't even launch a noisemaker or anything. He didn't even know that was, I don't think he knew that was coming. Because he didn't try to evade or anything. That was just like a straight on. And he wasn't really moving. I don't know exactly what sonar picked up. Maybe some dude dropped a wrench or something. I don't know, but anyway, he's toast, so that's all that matters. So we're coming right to course. Well, he's moving in that course. Oh, he's closer. Okay, we need to fire now. Yeah, that makes things a little bit more of an emergency, I'd say. Out to about 2,000 yards. I think I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer and really come around to past his bearing. I want to come past it a little bit. There we go. And shoot. Yeah, he's a little bit deeper than me. That should be fine. Just fine. I don't think he knows yet. I don't think he knows. He's not pinging me. And he's also not speeding up. Let's see if we can get him to make a little bit more. Let's see if we can get him to react. Have him now. I expect his speed to spike here soon. Yeah, he's cavitating now. So he knows now. And maybe I'll steer this one a little bit. Because he is just boogieing now. Whoa. So much for that idea, Captain Tupolev. Alright. That's him. Down for the count. He's got a lawn dart too. Let's see. Let's watch him. Lawn dart. A boom. Alright, so no weapons, no vessels, no aircraft, so we're good to go. And let's see if this was the mission. It was. Wow, I caught him far. I caught him far back into Soviet waters. So anyway, I think what I'll do is put a cut on this now. This is a couple of missions already. I'll put it up on YouTube. See if anybody, you know, is interested whatsoever. If there's any interest, I'll put up the next one and just keep going through the career that way. So yeah, let's call that a video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Oh wait, no, Navy Commendation Medal. You guys need to know that first. So I did get a Navy Commendation Medal out of it for the medal chest. Come back around to the map. Okay, so another GIUK thing. We'll continue on course, and I will save it here. And then I will put an end to this video right here. So I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.